Alright, what's up YouTube? Back at it with another one. Today I'm gonna make a video. It's gonna be a story time, and it's gonna be in honor of one of the fallen soldiers, one of my young boys. I'm gonna just call him Redz on this. I'm not gonna give out his real name, just for the respect of his family and his loved ones out there. I don't know if they want his business aired out like that, but those who know, who watch my channel, who are from my city, who knew this young boy, know what I'm talking about. So Redz was another white boy. He was a stiff white boy. He was younger than me, and he died when he was like 20 years old. So the story with him, I knew him since he was young. He was younger than me. He played on my younger brother's football team when they were like in elementary school. So I knew him since a youngin', and he started smoking weed once we got into high school. He started hanging out, and he started wanting to get some money with us, and he started, at the time we were doing our thing with the weed, and he wasn't on my team, but he was like, we were very well associated. Like, he fucked with, like I said, he was a couple years younger than me, but like my homeboy, like my closest friend, that was like, one of my main muscle back in the day, he was homeboys with him. Like, they was best friends. But this boy, so he was selling weed, and he graduated. After he graduated up in the streets, and once he got out of high school, he started selling powder. I guess he started messing around with pills on the low, and nobody was really knowing, and he got booked because he fell asleep, because he didn't have a habit or nothing. Like, he would just party sometimes, so he didn't have a tolerance. So he fell asleep in his car with a gun on his lap and like 50 dimes of coke, already bagged out in dimes. So 50 bags and a strap, and he had just turned 18, so they sent him over to county jail, and he was in there for about 10 months. And like I said, he was an athlete. He played football with us growing up. And this story is like to show y'all, like, because the whole point of my channel is to get the message out to the youth that addiction does not discriminate, and it comes, like, a lot of people that are you in the streets, a lot of people fall victim to addiction. That's what happened with me. That's what happened with this story right here. So this young boy, he gets up in jail, and he starts fucking around with the Bupes. If you don't know, Bupes is Suboxone. It's supposed to be used to get people off a dope and opiates, but it is a partial opiate itself. So it's really big over the jail, like, because it's easy to get in, because it's literally like a film. And they go for super high up, and like, they're real expensive. You could really run up a bag locked up off the Bupes. So he never had a habit, but like I said, he started partying and fucking around before he got locked up. Well, when he was locked up, word is that this man spent 10 months, he spent 10 bands, because his people said it. Like, his grandmother said she sent this man 10 bands over these 10 months he was in there. I don't know if it was his money she was holding. I don't know if she had money like that and she was looking out for him. I don't really know his situation like that. You know, I know his dad was an addict, so like he didn't have no silver spoon. And he was like, he would be around the hood that I would associate myself around. Not the hood that I'm from, but you know, down the hill for people that are from Baltimore, you know, he would be around there sometimes. And if you know about down the hill, you know. So he definitely didn't grow up with no silver spoon, but the word came back that he was spending 10 bands in that not even a year being locked up. And it was just on Bupes, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a couple soups here and there, but I think majority of it was Bupes. So he comes out of jail with a full-blown habit. This kid went into, you know, just a dealer, really, and he came out fully dependent on an opiate. And that is a huge indicator of our justice system is fucked up. There's no reform in jail or prisons. I mean, it can be. You have to want it yourself, though, and you have to do it yourself. They're not doing nothing for you to reform you. It's really just to punish you. That's it. So he ends up coming out with a full-blown habit, and he got his first day home, his first night out. He gets with a girl who held him down the whole time he was locked up, and he got with a couple homeboys that I know, and he got a couple perk 30s. But this was like 2021, 2022. So by this time, it's really hard to find real 30s, and most of 30s by then and still right now, like, they're mostly pressed with fentanyl. They're not even perk 30s, and that's what happened to this young kid. And in jail, the Bupes are so expensive, so they're taking little pieces of Bupes, and if you don't have an opiate habit, that will get you rocked. But that in the real world, like, that is nothing. That is not a big habit at all. So he didn't really, like, he came out with a habit, but like, he didn't have a tolerance for fentanyl, you know? And even if you have a tolerance for fentanyl, it's so deadly and the amounts are so small. It's such a strong drug that just a little bit could kill you. And this boy died his first day home at like 19 years old. Just a terrible situation. And R.I.P. to Redz, and you know, I hope his loved ones are doing all right. I know that was a lot because he was a youngin', and that really hit home. And you know, just the point of this is just to show y'all how real this shit can get. Like, the streets is not a game. None of this shit is cool. The streets is a facade. It's not even a real thing. It's something we made up in our heads. There's no loyalty. There's no code. Nobody sticks by the code. It brings more pain than anything. So yeah, like, anybody can be addicted. Like, nobody says they want to be an addict when they grow up. It just happens. It's a gradual thing, especially when you're in the streets and you start partying, you start getting some money, you get an ego. Next thing you know, you start sniffing a little, and next thing you know, you're a full-blown addict. So, you know, it's just a terrible situation. For those who have watched the video and got to this point, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching.